Krypton, Episode 8, Savage Night. So this episode is leading into our last two of this season, and I definitely say it was a good one. We got a pretty cool flashback with Strange where he is... I don't know the actual character. I have, no familiarity. I don't think most people do, admittedly, with his character. He's kind of, way out there. I knew his name when he was first popped on the show. I was like, I know that name for sure. But he's definitely one of those way out there DC characters that people it's just whatever. So the people he was talking to, I'm sure they exist in the comics, but no idea in any way, shape, or form who they are. But when he gets pulled from one of the older episodes and he vanishes, he actually does end up going back to a specific location because he stole the Zeta Beam device from two people who I assume are these really insanely powerful beings or whatever. So he ends up kind of convincing them hey, I actually want to do this mission. I'm actually not running away from this. I want to help, save our future, save everything, the universe, a million times over by saving Superman's past, by saving Krypton and, kind of at least saving it in this particular way, saving Superman. So I thought that was cool. We got to see that little flashback of him. The episode itself, I thought was entertaining. Everything was all right, well, he is going off to do his plan. Is I need Seg, so he goes to Daron, which I thought was a funny little moment. But he goes to him, is all right, I need Seg. Basically, you don't need to know why I need him, but I need him. I can help you defeat Braniac. Everything's just this is how it can be done. And pretty much everything falls apart. They go through the whole episode. It's all right, we're going to kill Braniac. So you got Seg and his people. You got Strange doing his own thing. And then Braniac just being, Braniac. So they go through the process. They're taking out the guards. They use Dev to find a way to break the link that he has with the whole or break the link that Brainiac has with his army. So of course it ends up working, and they go through the process of moving in super duper slow motion. And of course he could have stabbed him, could have blown his head off or something. I don't know why he didn't use a gun. As soon as it happened, I was like, why is Zod pulling out a knife? I don't understand what's happening here. He could have just shot him because he's a militant, he's a military person from Krypton. He could have just blasted his head off, but instead he's I'm gonna slowly pull out this blade and creep over to him. I was I don't know. The whole point of him being hooked up was that they knew he couldn't tell that they were there. I mean, they even shot a guy, nothing happened. He didn't move, he didn't turn around. I was well, he's not even there, so why are you creeping up on him? Just pull it out and run. I don't know, run at him like Rambo. But pulled out a knife instead of using the gun. He was creeping up on him in slow motion instead of just running right at him. So of course by the time he gets there, it's too late. He's Brainiac's blocking him, and he tosses Seg across the room, and then Jaina comes in, boom, hits him in the heart, and he falls. And I was well, they're screwed. I mean, they're talking later in the episode he can't possibly be alive. He fell thousands of feet. He's in the little pieces. I'm the very end of the last episode, he set himself on fire and was floating in midair, and they're he got shot and he fell. We won. And I'm just this doesn't even make sense. They aren't even thinking. So I wasn't surprised at all when he came back at the end of the episode. I'm oh, what a shock, he's still alive. So he comes back, he's a little messed up, so that's why he's fully green, which I thought was kind of cool. He was messed up, so he wasn't doing the whole disguise and all that. It was F it, I'm hurt. So he was just green body. But I thought that was cool. And then it got kind of depressing at the end, where he basically turns Ona into a bomb, and she goes to kill. I don't know if it was specifically she went to the bar, he sent her to the bar because he knew oh, this is where at least Seg will be for sure. But yeah, that was a crazy little scene. And then Adam gets there just in time, and he puts his shield around him, and she blows up, and I assumed that he died. I was oh, that's crazy. I wasn't really expecting that. That was kind of the tie to the whole series, the whole future element is that he came back in time. So I was well, that's going to be weird if he's dead now. And then it turns out he's sent to somewhere. I don't know if it's going to be an alternate dimension or if it's just a crazy future, but he's just sent there where this woman is seemingly frozen in place. And I was oh, he's something's screwed. He's time traveling. He's stuck right in between time, where he went to some past or some future, and everything's frozen around him, and he has to find a way to get out. And then this woman just, her eyes dart to him, and I was okay, well, that's super creepy. So I don't know where the heck he is, but I'm definitely looking forward to finding out what the heck the storyline's going to be for that, because she's just frozen in place. It seemed a little weird, the lighting that they had for it. I figured he was still like on Krypton or somewhere weird, because like the way they did it, it seemed like it was natural lighting, like it was supposed to be the sun, but when they show his background, it looks like there's a city behind him, but it's so far away, all the lights are just, they just look huge because they're so out of focus. So I was like, I can't tell, it looks like he's in the city on, you know, whatever planet he's on, but definitely curious. So I'm excited to see where they go with that. And then of course we have 2 more episodes, Braniac making his return, and he's going to be fighting everybody. Of course, the whole idea about Zod coming back not to save Krypton but to actually rule it, I thought was cool, where they go through that process, because it was like, well, how'd you survive? And I was like, what is he gonna say here? Because I already know in the comics and stuff, and just if you've seen the movies, you know why he survives too. But it's like, what's he gonna say? Is he gonna lie, or is he gonna tell the truth? But he did end up telling the truth, and I thought that was interesting. So now they have that idea, like, yeah, I don't know, maybe we can't trust this guy, because I don't think he's here to actually save us. He's here to take over everything so that he can't be, sent to prison. And he also happens to get to rule a planet that actually survives. So, win-win for him. But definitely looking forward to these last 2 episodes. Of course, I would love to know what you guys thought about this one. So please comment below. Let me know your favorite parts about it, your least favorite parts about it. And I would love to know your predictions on where in the world Adam Strange is, what happened there, why that woman was frozen in place, but time is not actually frozen. Like, her body was frozen, but she could move her eyes. So something insanely weird is going on there. So I would love to know your predictions on where he is and what's happening with that. And of course, want to know what you guys thought about this episode in general. So please comment below, let me know, and thanks for watching.